Welcome to the RIOT podcast. Happy Veterans Day.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that in the show.
Yeah. Well, we're mentioning it now, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks to all of the veterans, and we hope you enjoy some of the discounts that are available to you. I know there are a lot out there. That's the story I keep seeing with Veterans Day. It's all about the military discounts.
Well,
so
yeah. Sorry, we got sidetracked by our taste test today.
Yeah,
our
that's
Free
right.
Fight item was the gloriously amazing, and I don't care if it's spoiling it, the beautiful ice cream that is the Little Debbie Christmas tree cake ice cream. We finally get a chance to try that, and you can get to hear the story around it.
Yeah, we can. You want to wrap this up quickly so we can go eat some more?
I mean, that counts. That was breakfast.
Yeah.
I can have more.
I know, right? Yeah, we talked about that. We also talked about how some electronic noises can cause some serious stresses to your animal.
Yeah, and how we don't care.
That's not it, but I mean, there does come to a point where my dogs come first a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I guess, this is true. You want to make sure they're comfortable because they might not be able to explain to you, hey, that bothers me. So, yeah, I mean, listen and see. Maybe you have a dog that doesn't like these things, too.
You might not realize that your dog is getting really stressed out.
Sure.
That's kind of what this was about.
My dog Sugar is afraid of fire now. Like,
What?
That's a good thing.
Well, not
She's
that
like,
type
now.
of fire. Not like, hey, let me alert you, Mom, that the house is on fire. Anytime he has a pit boss, like a grill. And so it always sounds like it's basically fire in there.
Yeah.
And so she'll go hide like in the closet. Or if now I turn like the stovetop on, because I have a gas one.
Yeah.
So it, once the fire clicks on, like she'll go hide and just start shaking and get scared. She's a big dog. I'm like, why are we doing
Why
that?
are you afraid?
Why
That's
are
weird.
you afraid of fire? Like I had a Mastiff a while ago, and he was like 160 pounds, and he was afraid of blankets.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
No
All you had to
way.
do was just flick a blanket up, like to get out of bed, and he'd be like, "Oh my gosh!"
But he wouldn't would he go under like the blanket?
Oh
or-
no, he wouldn't touch it. Like he was just
Really?
scared
Wow.
of it. He was just, petrified of it.
Huh.
And I thought, you are not supposed to do this.
Yeah, Jim loves the blankets. He has to sleep under the covers. He's one of those. But he's afraid of like a lot of weird things. Like he's afraid of his brush. Like, if
Yeah.
I try to brush him, he's afraid of that. And then he's afraid like if I'm making a smoothie, like the blender.
Oh, the blender?
Yeah, and then there's this when he was.
Well, they should have put that one in the article.
Yeah,
the
right.
blender.
That's a good
yeah,
one.
because that one, since he was a puppy, I use a blender like every morning, and that really freaked him out. But there was this like videos, like because when Jim was real little, I was like, I want to hear him howl, and so I would do this. I would play this video, and there was this one noise. It was like a doorbell ringing. And it would make him go crazy, like howling. And so thinking back on it now, I'm like, was I stretching him out? Like, I'm like, what is this? Because he would start howling like crazy. And it was the only noise I get him to do is if it was this doorbell noise, just over and over again, and he would just go nuts. So I was
Dude, you're
probably
tormenting
I didn't know at the time that dogs get stressed out and whatnot.
You got to pay attention to his
That's
body
why
language,
This
they say.
article was saying that.
Yeah.
Like, you might not know you're messing with your dog in a mean way.
Although howling wasn't one of the things that was a sign of stress. So.
Well, I mean, they're not doing it because it's fun.
Yeah, I know.
There's something going on.
Yes,
It's
there's-
not a normal thing.
He would freak out. But talking about that, we also talk about Instagram. Just want you to take a break.
Yeah, not me. They want me to get on there.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
can't
I'm
you
not
join?
going to.
Now that Isaiah's, I don't need you to join if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Isaiah's there. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm not going to.
But if you, fine, I don't want you to.
Fine.
We don't want you on there anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe
Stealing
if
our
we-
likes.
Maybe if we say that, then he will.
He'll be like, maybe I should get on
Reverse
there.
psychology.
Join.
Maybe I should join.
Well, if you follow on Instagram, go to RadioU Official and not Hudson.
Anything
Yeah.
with Hudson.
Don't try
You
to
won't find me.
Hudson.
No.
You won't try to find him. We talked about that. Hudson's also trying to actively ruin Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's just a,
You're bringing your hot
a
dogs
new
in.
idea.
Yeah,
he's just tossing
it's just
hot
a
dogs
new
for
idea,
Thanksgiving.
something else to throw out there. Maybe other people are like me. They're tired of the stale, bland, drab, old roast turkey that's not very good. And so they're like, what if we covered this, add some moisture to the situation, get some chili and cheese on it?
You only like the
Gets-
chili cheese one, but you don't like
Yeah,
the
the
other
other
hot dog
two are,
ones as
well, they're not
much.
things I would eat. They're not the way I would eat a hot dog normally, and they're not something I would eat
Oh my
normally.
gosh,
so.
if you made a chili cheese turkey and like covered it with Fritos with some crunch and stuff.
And some spaghetti.
No.
No?
This isn't a Skyline thing. No, it is not.
It's not a Cincinnati style turkey.
No, it's not.
So are you like are you a mustard kind of on a hot dog guy, or are you a ketchup?
Because you're not supposed to put ketchup on
You're not supposed to put ketchup on, but I am.
I do.
I am ketchup. I don't touch mustard with. I'm all ketchup.
You give me a good hot dog, like a good quality wiener, and I'm putting ketchup on it only and just a bun, and that's it.
You know what's good too, though, is honey mustard.
Really?
Oh, really? I could go for honey mustard. I could go for honey mustard.
If you go with a corn dog, then yeah, honey mustard. That's a winning combination right there.
Well, guys, we've left the path of what the podcast.
Yeah. We don't talk about that on there.
No.
If you're wanting, so don't get too excited. That was the end of that.
Yeah.
This is just extra content for you
This
guys.
is extra hot dog talk.
That does sound good. A corn dog does sound good.
Oh, doesn't it?
And we already talked about the Mariah Carey McDonald's stuff, and that made me decide I want a Big Mac today.
Yeah.
And then we talked about, what was the other thing that you want today? The fast food thing?
Oh, you said Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, with the Taco Bell, we were talking off air, their new thing. So, it's a
But
good
we didn't
day.
talk about that on the show.
Okay, well, it's another bonus content.
More content.
There's a
More
new thing at
content.
Taco Bell.
There you go.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
on the
There we
show.
go.
The double grilled cheese steak burrito or something.
Yeah.
It does look really good.
It looks fire.
But we got to wait till the weekend to try it.
Well, enjoy the podcast. We're going to go enjoy some more ice cream.
Yeah.
If you want to watch our food fight, please go check out RadioU Riot on Facebook or our YouTube channel and make sure you're subscribed there. You're liking everything. You're sharing everything. That helps just get the word out about our show and RadioU.
Yep. And we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Would you rather talk about right now? We're going to get to both. Would you rather talk Justin Bieber or Mariah Carey?
Let's do, we have Christmas lights and stuff up in the studio, and everybody loves to hate the Mariah Carey Christmas song, so let's do that one.
Even though that is one of All I Want for Christmas Is You, it's probably, it's received all kinds of like accolades because it's sold so many. It's just so high selling, and it reappears every year, of course. And now it's one of the most covered songs on the RadioU Christmas channel.
That's right.
So we can all hate on it, but you know what? Somebody's out there loving it.
It's the song that, it ushers in the season.
It sure does. And, on that note, Mariah Carey is in the news because you know who she's teaming up with for the holiday season?
Ew.
McDonald's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels
she
like a
seems like
perfect
someone who
fit.
eats at McDonald's, doesn't she?
Don't say that in case it sounds like a rude thing. You don't tell someone that.
Rude to McDonald's?
No, rude to her. You never say to someone, hey, it looks like you go to McDonald's.
Why not?
Well, I don't think that to me just seems like it has a tone to it.
Oh, what is it about? Is it a fat thing?
I don't. I'm not even saying. I'm just saying that how you say
McDonald's
that.
has lots of healthy options.
No, they don't.
They do.
What?
The salad?
I don't think they do salads anymore.
What? They have to do salad.
I don't think so. All right,
It's
well,
not
what are
one
they
of
doing?
the free option. It's not one of the options here. So she's teaming up with McDonald's for the Mariah menu. It's 12 straight days of free food based off of supposedly her go-to menu items and as well as fan favorites.
Oh, so
that
each
you
day
can-
is something?
Yeah, so for 12 days starting on December 13th, so you do have time to meal prep for this. December 13th through Christmas Eve, they are going to be offering a deal in the McDonald's app, a different deal every day, where you'll be able to get something free with a minimum $1 purchase. And that is all thanks to Mariah Carey telling us her
to
favorites.
her marketing team
Yeah.
for setting this up with McDonald's.
Teaming up.
But they haven't said any of the, what is the...
Let's see. We've got a Big Mac on the 13th. We've got, I see hotcakes in there. I see multiple different sandwiches. So, I mean, a good variety. There's a pie one day. That's disappointing. They just give those away anyways. But, yeah, I mean, it's actual sandwiches.
Okay.
It's not just nothing. And they say her favorite, by the way, is a classic cheeseburger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited, I guess, then. 12 days of you going, ordering through the app, doing your part, and then rolling on in, picking it up, and then them forgetting to put any of it in the bag. So I
That's
love
right.
that.
They
Not
will
saying
get-
that's happened to me the last
Yeah.
many times. It's fine.
Well,
Everybody's in a rush.
at least maybe Mariah Carey will be there to serve you. If you're lucky.
Well, we'll see how desperate McDonald's McDonald's gets as we get closer to the holiday season.
They've paid her, so she ought to be working for them.
That's true. You got to get the food out there.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I'm sure you've seen, because it's been very big news, that the Kyle Rittenhouse trial is going on right now. It's a murder trial.
That was a lot yesterday.
And we certainly aren't here to break down the actual, I don't think they've reached a verdict or anything, but we have no legal analysis, nothing to do with that. However, there was a highlight of the trial from yesterday that was pretty interesting, where the judge, his name is Bruce Schroeder, that he's like presiding over the case or whatever. And there was photos of him where he is sitting there in the judge's chair reading a cookie catalog.
To order cookies?
In the middle of a murder trial.
Well, okay. See, this is where I got a bit disappointed, because when I read the headline, I was more outraged. And then you find out that's a clickbait sort of title.
Oh, you don't have to be mad about it.
Well, I was mad if he was doing it during it.
Yeah,
it
while
said,
arguments are going on.
That's exactly it. He goes, judge pictured reading Cookie magazine during trial. And so
it's technically correct.
It is, but they were on a break.
Yeah.
And so they were not doing anything with the trial, but they're completely on a break. And that's when you are allowed to do whatever. And he was seen reading it, the We Energies cookie book, which is a military service celebration cookie recipe veteran thing. And he was picking that up and looking through it. But when I first saw it, I thought, no, he was not.
I know. I thought the same thing. I was like, how can that actually be?
But it wasn't actually during active part of the trial.
Right. Everybody was just, people could go to the bathroom or whatever, I guess.
He was taking a break.
For him, he was reading the cookie catalog. But I don't know. I guess it's a funny reminder in a way that, you see when these big, or just any murder trial, doesn't have to be a high profile one, but, when you're going through court or whatever, and it's these huge things. But then again, the people that are doing all of the like businessy stuff of it, as in like the judges and all the people actually working, like they're still just regular people, and this is just their job. And just like if you were on a break,
You'd pick something up.
Yeah, you pick up your phone. You wouldn't pick up a catalog probably.
Well, I bet you he can't have his phone when he's at the bench or whatever.
It's possible.
But now everybody's calling him online Judge Christmas Cookie Catalog. So he has that new nickname.
Well, I was thinking, though, again, they're just like us in our work. And, sometimes you're at work and something like crosses your mind in the middle of you're doing something completely different, and you're like, oh yeah, I need to do that. For him, he was like hearing whatever murder arguments are going on, and at some point it probably crossed his mind like, Veterans Day is tomorrow. I gotta order the cookies.
No, I think it was just to the side. It was just there.
It was there, but why was it just sitting there?
Well, maybe
did he bring it with him?
Maybe someone brings him his mail, and they're like, "Hey, here's your
during
mail."
During the trial?
Yeah, well, during the break in the trial. Yeah. So it could be Scott texted in, so maybe the judge should have taken it to the restroom to read.
Yeah.
You just have to leave the room.
Just to get away with it, to make it look a little less weird.
Just to get out of there for a second.
Well, I hope he finds the cookies that he needs and comes down with he's the judge. He doesn't decide. But I hope he comes down with I hope he presides over it well. I don't know. I don't know how to say things about cases.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I hope everything works out the way it should with his cookies and with the trial.
Okay, good way
Let's
to put it.
Let's just say it that way.
This is the Riot Radio U.
We're going to finally try the Little Debbie Christmas Tree Cakes ice cream, which Isaiah picked up for us at Walmart yesterday.
Yeah. Would you like to... okay. So Jeff, right? It was Jeff who texted in.
Yes. Jeff is a listener. First, he texted in showing us pictures of him eating the ice cream.
He's like, I haven't. I don't know what you guys are doing.
And we have had the hardest time finding it. And so he had mentioned, just go to the app and pull up the ice cream and then search to see which store it's near. Mm-hmm. But whenever we would do that where we are, it would show nothing.
Yep. It would say not in stock. Not in stock.
But for some reason, when he did it, then he looked up for us in our area and he found it, and Isaiah went right away.
Yeah, I left immediately and went straight to the store. And it was funny because I went to the store and I went to like the aisle. It says like the aisle too, like where it's at.
A5.
And I was A5, and I'm just going up and down the aisle. I'm like, it's not here. Like it says it's not here. So I asked one of the workers. I'm like, hey, do you guys have this in stock or whatever? And he looks at me and he's like, how many do you want? And I'm like, what do you mean, how many do I want? I'm like, you know where they are? They are now. And so I told him, I was like, I didn't want to be like greedy because I wanted him to give me one. So I was like, I just need like one.
Yeah.
And so then he takes me to the back room and he has like a pallet of them back there, like 8 of them that are unopened. He was like, yeah, we were thinking about putting these out maybe or keeping them back here. I was like, are you kidding me? And then one of the other workers there looked at him and he was like, are you keeping those? And I was like, you guys are just going to be eating them back here.
That's why.
Yeah, and then he gave me one of them, and then once I had the one in my hand, I was like, dang, I feel like we need a couple more. So I like hung around and kind of pretended like I was shopping until I watched him put the rest of them out. And then once he walked away, I grabbed like 4 of them. And then I took them all and went to the self-checkout and got the heck out of there.
Well, we had already
man.
checked this location, so I
Yeah.
feel kind of annoyed because if you're going to try to look for this ice cream,
Yeah.
It maybe even shows it's there for you, but it's not. It's in the back.
It's in the back room.
And
They're
who
eating it back
likes-
there. The workers are.
No one likes asking workers for anything.
No.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I would like the ice cream. You know?
I'm so glad that you went because Nikki sent it. She's like, who wants to go? And so Isaiah went because if I went, you know what I would not have done?
You wouldn't have
I
asked for
would
help.
not have talked to a worker.
I
Not
always
a
talk to the
chance.
workers.
Yesterday.
Not
That
a
was
chance.
impressive. That was initiative.
Yes.
That was taking control of the situation.
You're going
Man.
somewhere with this
I'm
company.
getting a raise. Is that what you're saying? Is that what we're saying? I'm getting a raise?
No, you're just getting ice cream.
Yeah,
but
you
Oh,
got
that
so
works
good.
too.
Yeah.
So we're going to try in just a minute the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes, ice cream. And thank you again to Jeff for making yesterday a possibility.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Isaiah taking the initiative because we really wanted to try this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot wait. So, you know what? We got to let it thaw out a little bit more. So we'll play a few songs while it does that, and then we'll be good
ready.
to go. Yeah.
Now, if I could just add one note of growth for the next time you go,
Yeah.
is you should have brought back actual Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes.
Oh, yeah. That would have been a
side
good.
by
That would have been
side.
a great addition.
Dip
That
them
would have
in
been
or
such a good
something.
addition.
You know, we're here. We're
Yeah.
at a certain level, and we could have just gone up
Just a little
tiny
more.
bit
A little
You've
more.
got like 7 minutes if you want to.
You mean to run down there?
Yeah.
I can make it.
And then you find out they're eating those. In
Yeah, I
the back,
know.
too.
Like, how many of those do you want? I'm like, I don't know, like 3?
Well, again, hop over to RadioU Riot on Facebook or YouTube so you can watch us try the Little Debbie Christmas ice cream tree cake thing.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
It is food fight time, and I don't know about you guys. Wasn't that not the longest, like 60 seconds
It
ever?
was.
Right
It was
there?
so long. The end of that was so long.
Well, if you hop over to RadioU Riot on Facebook and YouTube, we've been there for the last couple of songs, just, hanging out with you guys and getting ready for finally trying Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes ice cream. We finally have this.
I'll tell you what really beat it into me. That it feels like I'm about to beat a video game, or like at the end of a sports match when the tension is really high and you're really
boss?
excited.
Yeah.
Because it's just, and I'll tell you what it was when near the end of when we were just talking before we started talking again.
Because that's all we do here. We just get
Just
to talk
talk.
and talk and talk.
I just
Get 'em
wanted to
talking.
dig into the ice cream to see if they had the actual bits of cake.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to make sure I got a bite of that. And I found the cake.
You got
and
it?
that's when the excitement level went through
It's almost
Through the
like
roof, baby.
We've been waiting so long for this ice cream to try that this is like our Christmas morning at this point.
Yeah, this is exciting.
All right,
so.
we ready?
Here we go. This is mostly cake, this bite I have.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, guys.
It's so good.
Hudson, will you go get more?
Wow, the
We
cake.
eat this
That's like
all?
actual cake in here.
Oh my God.
It's Hudson. Are you happy about it? Okay, good. He's happy.
Wow.
I feel like you're about to cry.
You are. This is the best ice cream ever.
It really, I
This
was
is
going to
so
say,
good.
this
The
is the
cake is
best
so
ice cream
good.
that has been made.
Wow.
Not an exaggeration. I really think this is the best
Oh, we won't be able to have this anytime we want after we eat it.
Wow.
If this is sold out at your Walmart, it's because somebody had it once
But
and then
it's
they
us.
went and back and bought all of the rest because they don't
Wow.
want to go a whole year without being able to get it.
Normally, when it has cake or something in the ice cream, like it just doesn't taste as good. The Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes taste so good in the ice cream. They've
This
not
is-
been compromised.
Wow. This
That's
is so
amazing.
good.
Isaiah, I appreciate you getting this so that I could take it home to share with my wife.
I knew everybody
But
would want their own
not
pint. I
big
just
enough.
knew they would.
This is not big enough for that. It's too good.
Oh, I'm so happy. What a great
Wow.
day. Oh, I'm sorry, though, not everybody has it, guys. I'm sorry if you don't have this ice cream.
But
Sorry you have
believe,
to listen to this.
believe
Yeah.
the hype.
They're sitting in their car like, oh my gosh, it's so good. And they're just driving to work.
The sprinkles, there's like little cinnamon or
Yeah.
like sugar sprinkles.
There's
Those
like
are
good
really
texture
too.
to it. I mean, the cake, just the
Yeah.
cake inside of it is so good.
The cake is
so
bomb.
good.
It
Trying to
is-
find all the cake.
It is, and the fun thing is, when you get ice cream like this that has the cake in it, so many times it's just a disappointing amount. But there is plenty of
It's
cake
loaded
in
up.
here. It is really great.
Wow.
100%.
Perfect.
Nailed it, Little Debbie.
Fire.
Kudos to you. This is the best ice cream I've ever had.
Why
Ever.
Why can't this be a forever ice cream?
Yeah, I know.
Can we just keep it around?
Why do
That's
we
so
have to?
good.
Normally, everybody goes in and takes them to like resell them, but this is the item where everybody goes in to just like sweep
Keep it
all
for
and take
themselves,
it,
yeah.
keep it in.
I'm not reselling it. I'm just eating it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm looking for more, and Hudson, you need to go back and get some more.
Yeah,
too.
I'll find some at the Walmart at my house that just had them jumbled everywhere.
Just make sure you ask in the back.
Yeah, all of them. So that's Little Debbie Christmas tree ice cream. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
There's no
It's
other way to
super
describe
good.
it. It's
It's
just
amazing.
fire. It's
out
so
of 10.
Isaiah, thanks for getting
Yeah,
it.
thank you, Isaiah.
Yay.
Thanks to Jeff for
Of course.
texting in to let us know about it.
Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, did you know this in the UK? Okay, Christmas is coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the holiday season,
Yeah.
hoop-de-doo.
Whoa.
And at the palace, I guess. I don't know if they actually do this at the palace. The royal family hosts their Christmas get-together, right?
Yeah.
Their big Christmas feast. Did you know that when guests arrive for the royal family to celebrate Christmas, they get weighed in?
They get weighed in
They
at the
get
beginning.
weighed in and weighed out.
And they get weighed out.
Yes.
And that's because they say back in the day, one of the kings, was like, oh, I want you to have a good time. And you had to, like, to be able to show that you had a good time, that you ate a lot,
Yeah.
that you gained weight. Not in like a mean way, but
So-
just you must have really enjoyed the celebration.
So you knew this?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't know it.
I was everywhere on Twitter yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm bringing it up now.
Well, guess who wouldn't be doing it? I'd be like, pass. You're not weighing in front of everybody. Is this a fair?
Really? Because
Like
I
a
was going to
game?
suggest we should start doing that here.
No way.
We should start because we're always eating stuff. We should be like, well, let's see if we had a good time at work today.
Well, I don't think we need a scale to tell us if we've gained weight or not.
We have scales.
Yeah, oh, yeah, we do.
We already have them.
It's the worst. This big giant scale we have in the women's restroom, which
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair that it's in our restroom.
Well, we have one too.
You have a scale in your bathroom?
For some reason, the girls, actually, I've never even been in the upstairs girls' bathroom, but I've been in the downstairs. So you have your scale downstairs.
Yeah.
And we don't, but we have a scale in the upstairs bathroom.
I wonder why you have one up there.
Yeah,
we
right?
have it downstairs. Like, it's not a mean thing. It's just to waste like super large packages, and then the joke's like, "You mean the people?" Like, no, that's not it. Like, if
But
you're
you have it in
mailing
the
something-
bathroom?
Yeah, it's in the bathroom. there.
To weigh packages.
Well, we're not going to just leave a giant scale in the hallway.
We've got a big back area.
No, it just hides
We've got
in
a
there.
like stock room and stuff. That
And
would
then
be
you can
perfect for weighing.
Feel bad about your choices and weigh yourself.
I weigh myself in the upstairs scale every once in a while.
You do?
I do.
Yeah, all right.
I usually have avoided it lately because I haven't liked what I've seen. So
Well, now you know if you're going to have a big holiday party, if you were the king,
Yeah.
you should tell everybody they're supposed to weigh in and weigh out when they're done eating. So that way you can make sure they had a really good time by eating all the food.
yeah, the guy was King Edward, by the way,
Oh.
from the early 1900s, and that just goes to show back in the day. Like now, it's all everybody needs to be so skinny, right? We all need to be in such good shape. Back in the olden times, it was the fatter you were, the better, because it meant you were rich because you had all this money.
Yes, but I think, though, that when they partied harder because they didn't have all that stuff all the other time.
Yeah, you're right.
We have all of our stuff all the time. I mean, we ate ice cream for breakfast today.
I just think
It's a different time.
I kind of, in a way, wish, at least personally for me, I wish we could go back to that time just so that, I could eat all I want, and it's not like, oh, look at Hudson, he's just a glutton or whatever. It's look at Hudson, he's living large.
Yeah,
like
he's
this.
like the king.
He's living like a king. He must
Hey.
be rich.
It wasn't good times for women. I don't want to go back. I think I'll stay here.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Isaiah, you're a dog owner.
Yes.
Nikki, you're
I
a
am
dog owner.
owner.
Dogs owner. And I'm a dog owner. I thought you guys should all hear this. It's a new study done from the University of California, Davis, where, and this is a shocker, but like common household noises can be stressful to your dog.
Oh, so
no.
The stuff we have will bother them?
Yeah, but the stuff they
Now
list.
they know what it's like.
Yeah.
Because guess what bothers me?
Exactly.
Barking.
Yes.
The stuff they list, it's not exactly like they're breaking really new ground here. It says common noises like a vacuum, a smoke detector, or even a microwave.
Oh, Jim
can
hates the
trigger-
vacuum.
He does. Yeah, right? So does my dog.
Or the smoke detector is a bad one. They start
Yeah.
shaking with that.
Yeah.
What?
So
Yeah, you never had that?
I don't know if I have a smoke detector. I think I do. I must,
you
right?
have to have a smoke
I
detector.
think so. I've never heard it like beep or anything, but
You
I know
rent,
it's in there
right?
somewhere.
You haven't been there long enough for the
Yeah.
battery to die
Yeah.
out, but
you're
gonna,
supposed to change it at daylight saving
When
time.
I find it, I'll change it.
You're going to want to maybe take a look. See, I think they're required by law to put
Yeah,
one
your
in
smoke
there.
detector's probably dead, and you're living
I
in
have no idea.
in a house that could kill you at any
Well,
moment.
Your dog will tell you if something's wrong, as long as they're not too stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so they were studying because, of course, we all know that many things can trigger a dog's anxiety, but it says that people don't realize that vacuums, smoke detectors, microwaves, and other loud beeps and chimes or high frequency
Noises?
high frequency intermittent sounds that like come and go really bother your
Like,
dogs.
beep,
Yeah.
beep.
And they're talking about this in the study, and they make it seem like so you gotta be wary that your dog might be stressed out if you're vacuuming or if your smoke detector is going off. And it's like, yeah, but what are we supposed to do? We're not going to not vacuum. And you know who else is annoyed if the smoke detector is going off?
You.
Me.
I'm not just hanging out, letting the smoke detector beep because I'm negligent of my dog.
They're just more trying to show that you can recognize that maybe your dog is stressed out. Because, I mean, the bigger one would be like fireworks. That's the
Yeah,
biggest
the
one.
fireworks.
But they say common signs of anxiety, cringing, trembling, running away. But sometimes your dog could be a bit more subtle with its upsetness. So you just kind of need to see if your dog is panting, licking, turning their head from side to side, or like if they just feel stressed.
So basically everything your dog does
Yeah,
is
pretty
a
much.
sign of stress.
Pretty much.
Like, and then when I think about this too, is like we can't even figure out how to make humans not stressed, let alone I'm supposed to have this wild animal not be
Yeah.
stressed out. I've watched Jim bark at his own reflection for like 5 minutes at a time. Like, I don't know if he's stressed out or just an idiot. Like, it's one of the two.
Oh, you take that back
Now
about
listen,
your dog.
listen. Jim is a very intelligent dog if he wants to be, but 99% of the time, I have no idea what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he fooled you. So.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not thinking
He's
about
like-
anything at all.
Exactly.
They say they recommend you take steps ahead of time.
Ooh.
So change out your batteries and the smoke detectors. Take your pets out of the room, like if you're going to vacuum. Remove your pet away. Just realize ways that you can help them out before. Because if you take better care of them than you do yourself,
Yeah.
Then
Yes,
it's all
of course. I don't know. I guess I'm very guilty of stressing out my dog because the other day I saw that TikTok where the guy starts vacuuming himself. Have you seen that?
No, I
No.
haven't.
There's a TikTok where
wait,
it's the
with the
big
hose
German
thing?
yeah, he starts
Yeah.
using those to
Yeah.
vacuum and a dog attacks it and I was like,
Come
And,
here.
You didn't.
guess who doesn't? Guess who's not going to save me from a vacuum attack?
Your dog?
Yeah, not even close. Although she did at least stand and stare. She didn't run away. So
Did she
she's like,
bark?
if
Was
he
she-
does die, I want to see it at least.
Yeah. I'm not going to save it. I'm not going to
Yeah.
stop this because that thing is scary, but I want to be here for support.
Yeah, better him than
From
me.
a safe distance.
Sometimes you got to
That's-
realize, though, a little fear can be healthy, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we are changing our dogs so much to where if anything happens we need protected,
Yeah.
they're not even going to know how to handle
Oh,
it.
no.
And
Not at all.
the vacuum thing too. It's like no wonder she's afraid of it. She saw it attacking me for 5 minutes. So
She's next. She
helping.
thinks she's next?
Right, it's not helping matters.
Aw, well, for pet owners, just be aware if your dogs are anxious or fearful, and then make sure you're not abusing that situation.
And if you didn't change out the batteries in your smoke detector,
oh yeah, you're supposed to do it around
you're
the time
supposed
change.
to do that for the time change. Yeah,
Perfect. I'm right on time.
Store at room temperature? Now that they can do. The Riot RadioU.
Got bad news, Nikki.
What's the bad news?
The bad news is we have some movie delays.
Oh, what's getting delayed now?
We are delaying Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Oh, that's fine.
What? No, come on.
It's fine. Go ahead
You
and delay
now
that.
have to wait all the way until June 9th of 2023 if you want to see the new Transformers movie.
And what? Oh, it was really scheduled for June 24th of next year.
Yeah, so a whole
they're
extra
doing a whole
year.
extra year.
And with that delay from Paramount, they are also delaying a new Star Trek movie because that was originally going to be on June 9th, 2023. So they're moving that back to December 22nd of 2023. So the movie delays, the hits they keep on coming.
Well, it just seems like they schedule it so far, like with the Marvel stuff. Man, they had that Marvel map out thing for like our lifetime and then some.
Yeah.
And it's like
after we're dead and gone, they still know which Marvel movies they'll be making.
they still have a plan. And I think that was fine before all the postponements.
Yeah.
But then with the postponements, it just takes one movie to topple all the other ones.
Yeah.
So I almost wish, don't tell me.
Yeah.
Just tell me when it's finished and when you're committing to have it come out.
That's what we want.
That's all I
We just
need.
want to be surprised.
Yeah, it was like because then otherwise we get what happens now, like the Ghostbusters one. So that comes out next weekend.
Yeah.
And I feel like I heard nothing about that, except in the very beginning. Then it got pushed, And then they're like, surprise, here it is.
Yeah.
So
it went away for a long time. But
Mm-hmm.
it is exciting that that's coming out. If you were excited about Transformers, now you have to wait a whole extra year. I didn't even know they were making either of these movies.
I thought Transformers they were taking a break on, but maybe this has been the break.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
It
perfectly
wasn't
fine.
an especially long break, but it's been a few years since they made one. It says that for Transformers, apparently it's going to take place in 1994, and it stars two people I've never heard of.
Hey.
Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback, and it's directed by Stephen Caple Jr., who did Creed 2. Now, this is interesting, though. With Star Trek, there's not a lot of details known about it, but the director is a guy named Matt Shackman, who directed some WandaVision stuff, and the writers, isn't this just typical of Hollywood? Josh Friedman and Cameron Squires are going to be rewriting the script.
Yeah, who are they known for?
I don't know, but they're men, and they're taking over for Lindsay Beer and Geneva Robertson Dworet. So
You think
obviously,
it's something wrong with
women
it?
don't know enough about Star Trek to write a competent script or something, so
You
they
don't
got to
know-
bring in the men.
You don't know if those are guys or girls. You don't know.
I looked it up.
Oh, you did?
Well, I guess I looked up Cameron Squires. I wasn't sure.
All right.
I assume the two that were replaced are women based off of their names.
Well, basically if you're excited about a movie to come out, a lot of things are still just going to get postponed.
You just never
So
know.
Don't worry about it until it's right almost the time they're saying it's supposed
but
to
the good
come
news
out.
is, you know what? We've got a lot of good movies to be happy about now.
Sure.
Dune is out.
It's boring.
It's still on HBO Max, I think, for a few more days. Ghostbusters is coming out. Isaiah was telling us he's excited about Clifford this weekend.
Don't tell everybody he said that.
Why
He is,
not?
but
Didn't you say you were excited too?
well, I don't
You
wanna
guys
see-
said the reviews are good and the trailer looks good, you
Shh,
said.
don't tell people that, because if they find out I went and saw Clifford instead of Dune, don't.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on RadioU.
Did you know, Nikki, that they are launching a new feature, the Take a Break feature?
Oh, don't tell me to take a break, Instagram. I know that they have to. It's like with TikTok. Do you ever get those? Like
No.
you scroll enough, and then it's some like TikTok creator, and they're like, "Have you taken a break yet
No,
today?"
I've never gotten
You never
that.
have? It feels like when like cigarette companies have to tell you not to smoke. Like it's a campaign to get you to, which is, a nice reminder to take a break every so often from social media.
I think it's probably, in a way, you would think it's a bad sign because Instagram surely has to be doing this in part in response to some of the bad things that have been coming out about it during all the Facebook hubbub, where it's detrimental, especially to your body image and stuff like that.
It's sad because you know deep down they're not doing it because they care about your emotional and your mental well-being. They're just doing it because they want to look better.
Yeah, but at the same time, so in a way, it seems like a bad sign, and I guess it is in response to negative stuff. But at that same time, it also has to be like if you're the CEO, Adam Mosseri, you have to be going like, oh, yeah.
We're looking good now.
People are using this so much. We have to tell them to stop using it because they're using it too much.
I don't think with Instagram, though, I fall under this category. The take a break thing will really hit you if you spend more than like 10, 20, 30 minutes in a row. And then it'll kind of break in to give you a reminder to take a break from it.
Yeah.
I just go constantly back to it.
Yeah.
But I don't spend long when I'm there.
Yeah. Well, they say it is an opt-in feature. So this is something you have to have the self-awareness yourself to go, maybe sometimes I do need to be reminded. And so you'd have to go turn it on. And then I think you can set it to however long you
to the 10, 20, or 30.
Yeah, you feel is right for you. But then I like this. When you hit the time for a break limit and Instagram needs to remind you to set it down, it's not just going to say, would you like to take a break? It's also going to show expert-backed tips to tell you how to, take a break. Things like, why don't you take a few deep breaths?
Oh, no.
Why don't you write down what you're thinking?
It's always
Why don't you listen to your favorite song? Why don't you do something on your to-do list?
Which my to-do list is there near Instagram.
And Instagram very quickly becomes your dad.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. But
hey, just checking in. You've been on your phone for a while. Why don't you set it down? Get something useful done around here.
First off, nice dad.
Yeah.
Second, the new feature, it's rolling out to a small group of Instagram community users this week. And then if they feel it's successful enough, they'll be launching it some point next month to more people.
So if you feel... the other thing you can do is just take a break from Instagram. You don't need them to remind you.
Well, if you have an
just
iPhone,
delete it.
You just set your screen time.
There you go.
You can set your own limitations without then someone coming on and telling you in a talk down to way to go take a few deep breaths.
It is pretty condescending.
It always is.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just don't see it, but
they haven't
it is
mastered.
good to take breaks.
Yeah.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. You're listening to the worst of the Riot podcast.
Thanksgiving coming up. It is a couple weeks from now. Isaiah, I brought you in. I was curious, Isaiah, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm probably hanging out with my family. I'm not sure. I think we would usually go to my grandmother's house, but I think my grandma is going to Pennsylvania to visit my aunt or something.
Oh, she's too good for you.
She's out of here. She's out of here. So she's going to Pennsylvania. So I think we're probably just going to do it at my house, just with our little family of 5.
Then with the toy store? You do Thanksgiving?
We still do Thanksgiving.
I thought you might have to prepare for Black Friday. You have really good deals going on there or something?
No, we do not have to skip Thanksgiving. We get to enjoy that as a family.
Isaiah's family owns a toy store, so
it's a little hectic around this time of the year.
Do you have to bring anything for your Thanksgiving, or
do I?
Or is your mom
no
gonna do it
chance
all?
they trust me with something? Are you joking me?
Bring the Little Debbie ice cream.
If I had to bring something, they'd be like, we'll give Isaiah, do you want to get a fruit tray or something?
Yeah. The
But
sodas.
everybody, they always make us bring the rolls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe you pick up some Hawaiian rolls, Isaiah. That'd be great.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Well, all right. If you normally go to your grandma's, then I have an idea for you. If you want to switch things up, since your grandma won't be there to cook, you could try one of these Reynolds wrap recipes where they've come out with something you can do instead of just making your regular old drab roast turkey. You could change things up with a regional hot dog style turkey.
Oh, so you put the hot dog toppings on the turkey?
Yeah,
you should be ashamed of yourself.
They've got a whole wide array of ways for you to change up your turkey. You could go with the Chicago-style dog, which, of course, no ketchup involved. You could go with the New York-style onion and sauerkraut.
That actually could be good.
Or you could do my personal favorite, the chili cheese dog.
That one sounds amazing.
Chili cheese
Shame.
dog turkey.
You cannot do this on Thanksgiving.
Why not?
You cannot do this on Thanksgiving. You can do it another day.
What if you had to
Who's
make
going to have a turkey another day?
What if you had a second turkey? You know, like if you had a large enough family coming over and stuff, then
Dual
you could,
turkeys. I like that.
You
Yeah.
could have a fun turkey and a not so
Dueling
fun
turkeys.
turkey.
Yes.
I like the idea of dueling turkeys, but not because of the food, just because I'm picturing two turkeys like playing
Fighting each
piano or
other.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also what we do for Thanksgiving.
You put the piano.
Yeah.
Turkeys on the piano.
Exactly.
So you're not going to try any of these.
No.
You're not going to suggest it to your mom or whoever cooks the
No
turkey.
chance. If you were to do this for your Thanksgiving, that would be crazy. My grandmother would be thoroughly upset, I think, if I showed up with that.
Come
She'd be
on.
like, "What? That's a tradition. It's just you got to
She'd
do
be
the regular."
impressed. She'd be like, wow, look at Isaiah. He's a real cook. He's
And
showing
You
some.
understand this is not when you mess with the stuff. This
no.
isn't what you do this. You
It's-
don't bring your modern ideas
'Cause
to the
then-
Thanksgiving table.
I'm gonna bring in like the crazy turkey, and of course they're gonna have the regular one too. So everybody else in the family's gonna be like, "Oh, Isaiah's here to show everybody up.
Yeah.
He's bringing his other turkey." You know, like nobody's
know.
gonna want to eat the old one.
and
I
then
just
they tell
think-
you changed.
Yeah.
And you can't have anything.
Exactly.
Let's say we go back in time. What year was the first Thanksgiving? Like 1492
Something
or
like that.
He sailed the ocean blue.
I was
Back
gonna
in the
say
day.
that's when Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
And arrived at Plymouth Rock and
Don't
met the
okay.
Native Americans.
First day, our first Thanksgiving. Oh, this is a shame. We don't
Whatever
remember
year
this.
it was. You go back with the Pilgrims and the Native Americans and whatever. You showed them a chili cheese dog turkey. You don't think they'd be like, oh, yeah, this is it.
Well,
This is it.
This is it, they'd say.
The first Thanksgiving was 1621.
We're only off by
We don't-
200 years.
We don't
It's
have a
close
rhyme
enough.
for that one.
Yeah.
1621, they made turkey for everyone.
There you go.
Hey!
Yeah.
Actually, that was quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it would have been even better if they had your chili cheese turkey.
Could have been good. Well, if anybody wants to try these are just some of the Reynolds wrap, which is just the foil
Yeah.
that you put your leftovers in.
Yep.
They're doing turkey dog sort of recipes.
I think it's a great idea.
well,
Love
why don't
it.
you do it
I
then?
can't wait to see the pictures.
It looks like a lot of work.
Well, maybe not.
Everybody's all into it until you have to make it yourself.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true. It's enough work cooking the turkey and the sides anyways. Now you're adding chili and cheese into the mix.
Too much.
Although I do love making chili. So maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Okay, good.
I
We'll
hope
just
so.
see. We'll just see.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.